The Post Timeline widget allows you to display your posts in a creative way. There are plenty of options to customize this widget any way you want. To activate it, we're going to go to A-Teams add-ons, search for Timeline, click to activate and save it, and now we're going to go to the page where we want to add it. We're going to use the search field in Elementor and drag and drop the widget. You can see how the posts are already displayed. Let's have a look at the options now. First of all, we have the marker position, which can be center, left or right. So let's have a look. We have the marker style, which can be a circle, the date when the post was published, an icon or a featured image. Let's see. Here's the date. You can also choose the format for the date. You can add an icon. You can see the date is outside the circle now. You can of course change this icon to whatever you need. Let's say, for example, maybe you want to add a pencil like this. Or you can display the featured image, in which case the featured image disappears from the postcard and is displayed inside the marker here in the center. Let's just leave it as it is by default and move on to the query section. You can of course display any kind of post here, so for example maybe you want to display products, you can do that as well. You can see the category filter changes here, so instead of post categories you can include or exclude product categories. Let's put it back to posts. Okay, so you can include categories and exclude categories. You can exclude or include any post you want. You can change the number of posts you want to display. Let's move it to 2. So there are just 2 posts here. Let's go back to 3. You can change the order by date, title or random. And of course you can make it ascending or descending. You can ignore sticky posts and you can offset the query. Let's move on to the element section. So here we can show or hide any element we want. For example, we can hide the post title if we want. We can choose the HTML tag for the title, change its alignment. The same for the widget, the image, sorry, we can hide it, change its resolution, change the height. Make it contained instead of cover. For the post to info, we can show the date, which is here. We can show the author or hide it, hide the categories, for example. For the categories, we can also choose to display them as a link, which is the default way, or as a label, like this. We can change the alignment for the post info. For the excerpt, we can show or hide it, change the number of words. Let's change this to 32, for example. You can see how there are more words now. Also the alignment. We can add a read more. Let's say, okay, and you can see the button here. We can also enable pagination if we want to. We can configure the page limit, hide or show the next and previous strings. We can also configure the actual text for the next and previous strings and change the alignment. Moving on, we have the style section. We have options here for the card, so for example maybe we can change this padding, disable the border radius, change the background color to something else. Let's maybe make it like a light blue like this. Let's also increase the padding for a bit. Okay. Now the marker. We can change the background. The text, which is useful if you're displaying the date inside it. The border radius. You can also make this square if you want to. And also this line right here, you can change its width, you can change its color. So now it's blue. For the image, we can change the spacing between the image and the content. Also the radius of the widget, of the image. Post titles, the color, the hover color, and of course a full set of typography options. Let's select a different font family here. Maybe increase the size a bit. The post meta, we can change colors and typography here for everything, including the category label. In the hover state as well, the date, use the date. Maybe we can add a new font family to it as well. Change the size, so you can see how you can customize everything. Now for the content, this part right here, you can change the color if we want to, the typography, and of course we can change the color for the pagination in both the normal and the hover states. That's it, thank you for watching.